Hi guys, welcome to Mamemeister's High Score Kerfuffle Season 6. Seems crazy that we're 6 seasons in, and soon it'll be a year of me running things. Last week, we ran another Champion's Choice between seasons, and that was from Graham after taking the Season 5 win. He chose Gradius 5 on the PlayStation 2, which despite being a console game, is very much in an arcade style. It even gives you credits to use. They must have planned an arcade release, which never materialised for whatever reason. This being a 6th generation console release, I'm sure put a few people off, but it seems a good number of you managed to get PCSX2 working. I also didn't realise that this can still be bought on the PlayStation 3 store. I was playing on original hardware and a CRT, which was great. Given this came out in 2004, it was able to build on all of the shmup developments over time, and it still plays like a classic arcade game, but with much refinement. It still has the Gradius power-ups, but now with the option to control the multiples that you have. Option 2 means that you can change the direction which they fire, which is a pretty powerful ability. I also liked option 4, where they rotate around you, providing a bit of a shield. Like many Gradius games, the more you play and memorise the stages, then the better you'll do, as this game is tough. I was able to get to the level 2 boss, which I was pretty pleased with. This is definitely one I'll spend more time with, as it's one of the best shmups out there. Let's take a quick look at the scores before we get to see what the first game of Season 6 will be. So we had just 10 submissions last week, which I'm sure is a mix of being between seasons and challenges of getting PS2 games working, depending on what different people's setups are. Robert, Mancave Arcade and Mike all finished with less than 200,000 points. Mark, Paul, Bob and Colin were all between 2 and 300,000. I'm third with 330,000, which I was pretty pleased with. I got very close to beating the second boss, and had learnt from watching Juff how to get more points on the first level. In second, we have Big Juffer, who is just shy of 500,000, and you can see his run on YouTube. But our winner this week is our chooser of this week's game, and that's our Season 5 champion, Graham. He's probably played this more than most. Even so, this is a great score. Our previous season winner Andrew did tempt us with a suggestion of a return, but I'm hoping that we'll need to wait for this week. Given this was a Champion's Choice game, we'll skip the graphs, so let's get on with kicking off Season 6. So last week, I described what we'll be doing for this season. We're going to be playing a different game from each year of the 1980s, where each one is coming from a random selection of games I've been sent by each of you guys. So for our first week, I've been sent 18 games from that year. I said I'll treble Graham and Alex's choices for winning last season and our final game of the season, Rescue. Our most popular games were Rally X and Battlezone, although Space Firebird has the highest probability of appearing, after both Alex and Juff selected it. Graham's choice of Balloon Bomber also appears 3 times. So that makes 22 slots in the selector, which I'll set going. You'll see I've got a new selector for this season, works a little better for the 20 or so games. Okay, looks like that's so yeah, we've got Balloon Bomber. So Graham, our winner of last season, trebling his games has increased the probability of him appearing, and he's been lucky. So yeah, I don't know much about Balloon Bomber. I think it's a kind of single screen fixed shooter. I'll go look it up, make a video, and back shortly. So the first game of Season 6 is Balloon Bomber, released by Taito in 1980. Graham got the last game of last season, and he's been lucky again here. This game appeared on the same hardware as Space Invaders, and you can clearly see the similarity. It didn't capture the same attention though, and there isn't much about it online. It seems that the format of the game is scrolling balloons across the screen, which as the name suggests, drop bombs. These then damage the ground, which you can then no longer move over, making it more difficult to shoot the enemies and evade fire. Get hit by a bomb and you lose a life. A quick play and it seems decent. Probably going to be a frustrating one though, but we'll see how it goes. For anyone joining, the rules are in the description. But basically, send me your scores by next Tuesday at 7 AM and don't cheat. We'll be playing with default settings each week, unless there is something particular with the game. In addition to the scores, please send me your game selections for 1981. We've already had Defender, Donkey Kong and Frogger, but there are some good games from that year. Scramble, Galaga and Tempest to name a few. So I hope you enjoy playing Balloon Bomber, and I'll be back next week with the scores. See you then.